Welcome back to Not Your Mother's Hobbies. Today I got a really quick one for you guys. This is the Hunter for our Resident Evil the board game painting series. The Hunter's just green guys all over the place, so this one is going to be super duper simple, but we're going to make him look as interesting as we can. So let's get to it. All right, so this guy is green all over, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to use this green here and put it all over him. I have Militarum green, but you could just as easily go for anything much more saturated. And I'm literally just going to put this all over the guy, just getting him in all the nooks and crannies, even his claws. Just cover the whole miniature in this green. For that done and out of the way, we're going to start just evening out that coat, getting rid of any of the splotches or tide marks or anything that kind of caked up or didn't look too good. So we're going to use this auric flesh. Again, you can color match with whatever green that you got going on. We're just going to dry brush that over top and kind of smooth out any of the blemishes and stuff like that. We're going to take it even further and use Wraithbone and go one up from there and just keep going up, up. This is kind of like we're dry brushing some highlights on here, but this is going to help smooth things out and pick out a lot of that detail. You might think that we're going a little too far, especially once we get to this bold titanium white. We start putting white in there, but it's all part of the process. We're going to dim him down, and it's going to blend in nicely together. Don't you worry. So just going around with that white now and just picking out our final and last big old dry brush highlight, getting that detail sticking out. Things like the face, the big back scales, and the claws and knuckles, and anything like that. All right, now that that is all set and done, we're going in with Agrax Earthshade here, or any kind of dark brown wash you got going on, and we're thinning this down, Mondo thinning, just like we did with those zombies, and just getting that right into those crevices. And it's going to keep that green that we layered in and base coated in, but really focus and get in on the recesses. You could use a thinner, a proper thinner, to get some better coverage, but these guys went real quick just using some water, and it all worked out fine. So there's no need to go super fancy on this if you don't have any paint medium or anything like that. Water is fine. So then once that's all done, we're going to go in with Wraithbone and just start picking out some details. So I'm picking out things like his claws. I'm not going in, you might notice, with Skeleton Horde or anything like that, base coating those claws. I found there's no need. It's going to make him tie nice together by keeping everything kind of in tone, right? Or in temperature, right? It's all going to kind of. But anyways, I also use that to do some blocking in of his underflesh, and that's so that we can put some Skeleton Horde on top of that. So you could put this on the claws if you want, but I also just focused mainly on that underflesh to get it nice and fleshy. Now you could stop here, but we do have a couple more little details that we can pick out. One of those things is the teeth that he's got going on. You can't pick out the eyes if you can see them, but I could not see them and chose not to, so I just focused on the teeth and the mouth. Then I took some Gulliman flesh here just for another pop of color to get some more interest on this guy. I felt like he was a little too bland, too monotone, so I picked out his knees and his elbows, and I even put this in his mouth and his gills, and then went back with that white and gave him some nice shiny teeth. But yeah, just picking out some spots. And then, of course, once that's done, we go into our basing. So that's a black base with some of this white stage highlighting, and then rimmed in red to show that this guy is an enemy. And there you have it. We have our hunter all finished and ready to hunt. I think this guy came out pretty good for somebody that only has kind of one main color. This guy's really just green all over. Kind of could have been really boring and bland. And I think we picked out some details here and there to make him stand out. That little extra pop of color with the Gulliman flesh, I think, makes this guy stand out a lot better. And then, of course, that stage lighting base also really makes him stand out. But that is another enemy from the mansion in the bag. Let me know what you think down below if you're enjoying this series. If you've got this game and you've been waiting for somebody to paint all the miniatures as well, Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, or a thumbs down if you didn't. It's all right. Any constructive criticism's okay. Thanks as always to everybody who watches. Big ups to the patrons. Your support has been super awesome. I know I've been busy with lots of overtime and work lately, but it's always good to see you in the Discord when I can. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Bye bye.